What's up, everybody? It's Sky Aranya coming to you from the Spider Den, just a different location, that's all. And this is a response video for Scone Tradition. Scott, the new Hall of Famer, wants to know what our background is. What's your DNA? What is in your blood? And Spidey, I identify as Boricua, Puerto Riqueño. That's, anybody would ask me, that's, what I say. But, man, there's two sides to every story, man. There's the mama, there's the papa. So I gotta tell you about my mama's side. And that's my mama and me. 1977. Woo! My mama's pretty. Anyway, my mother's maiden name was Myers. And her mother's maiden name was Poncel. And what that bloodline is, what my mother's side is German Irish. Oh, Spidey's German Irish. Yep. On my mama's side, I'm German Irish with a little bit Indian. And I looked up the Indian, and I was hoping that had a little Slapaho tribe in me. But that tribe doesn't even exist, man. Turns out I got the Sioux in me. The Sioux blood. So, yes, on my mother's side, I am German, Irish, a little bit of Indian, Sioux. And as far as my mother's side, my grandfather, John Myers, served in the military. And my Uncle Bunk, which is on my mother's side, the Boncel side, also served in the military, Korean War. So I have military background on them, on that side. But yeah. So on my mama's side, German, Irish, Indian. But that's okay. I think everybody got a little bit of Indian. But like I said, I normally identify as Boricua. But we just did the DNA test. We just had it done, and it goes deeper, yes, my grandparents came from Puerto Rico. My great-grandparents came from Puerto Rico. But where did their parents come from? Check this relative of mine out. Yeah, this is one of the most controversial ones in my line, and wow, it's a little crazy. Check him out. He looks like my Uncle Louie. This is one of my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-uncle, Sabino Arana, one of the leader of the political Basque parties. Whew. He had a brother named Luis. Yup, that's what he looked like. He kind of looked like my Uncle Louie too, a little bit. Yeah, he even started the Basque nationalism movement, which was a little bit, well, it wasn't a little bit, it was a lot weird, man. Some good ideas and some very, very bad ideas, and I'll explain. But that's what the flag would have looked like. Awesome. What is Basque, you say? That's what a big percentage of my bloodline is. Like I said, I say Boricua. The DNA says Iberian, Basque, with another touch of Indian. Where's all this Indian coming from, man? Whenever they got to the United States. But, okay, yeah. So, Iberian? Yeah, okay. I know where the Iberian Peninsula is. That's Spain and Portugal. Okay, that makes sense. Spanish blood. But that only makes up 29% of my dad's DNA. 68% of the bloodline is Basque. And as you've seen, my great uncle Sabino, he started the Basque nationalism movement, made a flag, all that. Very controversial though. Some good ideas, some bad ideas. Very controversial. He believed in an Aryan race, a superior race. And it kind of makes sense whenever I think that, the blonde hair, blue-eyed thing. And whenever I look back at the bloodline, you know, my abuelo was the Blanca one. He was, you know, he had the blonde hair, he had the blue eyes. You know, and that's the boss, that's the Basque blood and everything. And then, you know, I have a son, and you look at Dakota, you know, my two older ones, they have the brown eyes, the dark hair. Dakota's got the Basque blood. He's got the blonde and the blue. It's crazy, you know, whenever you do the DNA research and you see, wow, he came out a little different. Oh yeah, he's a throwback. It's awesome too. They're all three awesome, but you know, it's awesome to have a throwback. But yeah, as far as my dad's side, my Uncle Louis, military, Navy, hardcore. I actually signed up for the Navy. Was gonna go to the Navy, but got Mrs. Spidey pregnant. You know, I don't know. Just decided to stay, be with the boy, and raise the kid. You know, it all worked out. But yeah, I got a lot of military on both of my sides, which is kind of cool. But yeah, and the Indian that's on my dad's side, Cherokee. And the story, a little story. My abuela, my dad's mom, was hit by a train in New York whenever my dad was 8 years old. I never got to meet my abuela. And my abuelo skedaddled, went to Puerto Rico to cockfight roosters. So 8 years old, my dad and his brothers, you know, left with no one but my bisabuelo, my bisabuela, picked up the pieces. And, you know, what's in your background, they're responsible for what's in your DNA, your blood, what runs through you. But they don't necessarily make you who you are. But they can. They can. And my bisabuela, I have to give her big percent, big, huge percentage of how I am because of how she was. She raised my father, my uncles, bunch of my cousins, man. There was like 8, 12 kids she was taking care of, working 2 jobs, just trying to take care of. Always loving, always giving. And whenever, you know, I knew her, she always loved me, always hugging on me, always, you know, oh, mijo, mijo, mijo. You know, always, you know, loving and everything. And, you know, like I said, your background is responsible for your DNA. And, you know, you are what makes up this and this. But the family, they influence you. You're a product of what you're raised, how you're raised. And thank God for my bisabuela, the kindest woman on the planet. That Spanish, Iberian blood. I'll miss her every day. She died whenever she was 106. But man, that's where I got my heart. That's where I got my heart, because she had one of the biggest hearts on the planet. Like I said, that's my DNA. My mama, I'm German and Irish with a little bit of soup. My daddy, I'm Iberian Basque, which came from Puerto Rico through Spain. So that's what I am. And that's okay. I love it. You gotta respect it. It's great to find out where you come from. But don't let that define you. You know? Only you can control this and this. And thank you, Scott. This was awesome. I've enjoyed seeing a few of the videos and everything. It's nice to know where you come from. And I'm glad to know that we share a little bit of German blood, brother. So, thank you. This was my response. This is where I come from. So go out there, do something good for someone. And the good will come back to you. Spidey's out.